It's the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 61. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. Ashar Hanukkah. Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Yahweh be the true name for the Father. Yahushai be named for his only begotten Son, who the world indeed calls God, and Jesus Christ. Double honors to our apostles, double honors to our elders, a great millstone, taught us truth and well. Salutations to you, hopefully, that pushing this truth and honest sincerity. Spell the Yahweh, Kudelas, the spirit power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is an in-transit lesson to the Spirit. We are in the 8th day of the Feast of Dedication. So happy Hanukkah. Okay, getting ready to close out this day, this high holy week that has been. Just want to speak on it through the Spirit, kind of get some edification on the Spirit of what's it about. You know, ultimately, you know, when we put our trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, we can get the victory through anything, man. And when you read about the history of the Feast of Dedication, how it came about, how this high holy day came about, you know, it's very motivating through the Spirit, man. Especially the first book of Maccabees, chapter 2, you know, really gives a lot of motivation. You know, reading the accounts of the high priest Matthias, you know, who was very zealous for the Lord. You know, he's the one that spearheaded to fight back against the heathen that had us in captivity and that had destroyed, you know, our sanctuary. They destroyed our sanctuary, destroyed our temples, you know, ransacked our cities, put up idols. These Edomites, man, they put up their images in our temples, man. You know, the same thing they've done today of whitewashing, you know, our people, man, and our history, and putting themselves up as being the chosen, and putting themselves up, labeling themselves as being the so-called JEWs. They did the same thing in the accounts of the book of Maccabees, man. When you read that, you really just started the first chapter, book of Maccabees 1, and you can read past all the way down through up to like the 13th chapter, man, and it gives you a lot of history. You know, what happened to us as a nation, and the accounts, the miracles is extremely motivating. You know, of how you had men, you know, that was at the number of 3,000 fought against 65,000. Or actually, Slaki, it was 10,000, you know, going into the book of Maccabees, first book of Maccabees in the 4th chapter, you know, Judas the Maccabees, he was Mattathias' son, high priest's son, and he went to battle and he fought, you know, to get the sanctuary back, the great battle that took place. It was 10,000 of Israelites against 65,000 heathen. 65,000, man. Okay, and when they slaughtered and they kicked their ass, man, they killed, I believe, 3,000 of them. And that was enough to scare they slaughtered 5,000. And that was enough to scare the heathen that they took off, man, and got the hell out of Dodge to try to go renumber themselves. And they still outnumbered us. But they couldn't stand against us, man. They got scared, man. And before every battle that was won like that, the Israelites, Judas Maccabeus, he set up prayers, man. And he fasted. And he set up prayers. He cast ashes upon himself, put on sackcloth, and that worked, and it was successful, man. He set up a fast, a prayer. The Lord heard it, and they gave them the power to defeat the enemy. You got 10,000 against 65,000, man. Come on now. They didn't care, man. And even his father, before, you know, that spearheaded that battle, you know, it was about 3,000 against 6,000, and they won. Slew like 800 of them, and the rest of them took off, man. And a further account, man, even further, going into the first book of Maccabees, when you get into the 11th chapter, you're going to read the account of what his brother Jonathan did. Judas and Maccabeus, his brother Jonathan, they tried to come after him with over 100,000 men. As a matter of fact, for the spirit, man, bear with me. I'm gonna see if I can grab it real quick. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 11. It's the spirit. It's at 144 right there. First Maccabees 11, verse 44. It says, upon this, Jonathan sent him 3,000 strong men to Antioch. And when they came to the king was very glad of their coming. Okay. Howbeit, they that were of the city gathered themselves together in the midst of the city to the number of 120,000 men, and would have slain the king. Okay, so Jonathan and the Israelites, they had a treaty with the king at that time. I believe this king that was hiding was Demetrius. Okay, and they made an agreement that they would basically be in league with him and he'd protect him. Okay, so Jonathan only sent 3,000 of his men to go and take care of him, make sure he's going to be safe. And look, and the men that encompassed around the city was 120,000, man. They were looking to kill that king. Verse 46, it says, wherefore the king fled into the court, but they of the city kept the passages of the city and began to fight. It says, then the king called to the Jews for help, who came unto him all at once, and dispersing themselves through the city, slew that day in the city to the number of 100,000. Damn, man. 100,000, man. So, hey, thousands of thousands they slew. Definitely defeated them. Okay. First Maccabees 11:48. Also, they set fire on the city and got many spoils that day and delivered the king. So there you have it, man. Just battles like that, and there's multiple counts throughout the book of Maccabees of you have a small number against a gigantic number of heathen, a small number of Israelites against a gigantic number of heathen, and as soon as they send them prayers up to the Lord, man, they get that protection. We're reading an account of the scriptures of different mighty, zealous men for the Lord. So when you read the story and account of the scriptures going into the high holy day of the Feast of Dedication, is to remind you of the power of prayer. It's to remind you of the fear of the Lord when you break his commandments. And also to never trust thine enemy, man. Because every time Israel trusted these damn Idumeans, they backstab him, man. The snake, like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Never trust thine enemy, man. Never trust Esau, Edom. So Feast of Dedication, you like to go to candlesticks, man, light your menorah. You have a feast, but it's you meditate on, on how the Lord delivered us and gave us the victory over our enemies. That's what you should focus on. And never be concerned or worried that you're not going to be okay. The Lord's going to deliver you, man. The Lord is going to deliver you and is going to preserve Israel no matter what. And the days to come, when this devil rolls on us, man, the Lord, the scriptures say, he's going to lift up a standard against the wicked, against our enemies. It's the book of First Maccabees 4:56. It says, and so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings with gladness, and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise. Okay, so it's 8 days, okay, of rejoicing. This is our spiritual hour, the righteous way of Thanksgiving. All right, we don't celebrate the pagan Thanksgiving Day that's coming up next week. Okay, Thanksgiving is held in every November They call it Thanksgiving Day. Well, the true, High Holy Day celebrations, we're supposed to participate in the Feast of Dedication, which was right now we're in the 8th day. So it's been going on already for a whole week, But next week, you're going to have the heathen, our enemies, they're going to be celebrating a feast on the slaughtering us, man. Which is why, people that participate in that, they got judgment coming. You're over here celebrating our enemy's victory over our people, which is the so-called Native American and Hispanics, man. The Thanksgiving Day was created they created a victory feast day after each time they slaughtered an innocent Native American tribe. They held a victory feast. And the items that were eaten was a turkey, because that's native to the Americas, or North America. And it represents the decapitation and killing of the Native American men, the soldiers. Okay? The stuffing represents the babies that they ripped out the womb and smashed and slaughtered. The cranberry sauce represents the bloodshed of the Native American Indians. Okay? And the ham represents the abomination that they ate and celebrating all that, man. So everything about the holiday Thanksgiving is wrong. But none of you participate in the Feast of Dedication. Don't even know the scriptures has a week-long celebration of eating of good food. It's because our people were victorious in celebrating when we got our sanctuary back, when we cleansed it up. We put our altars back up, man, and ripped down the pagan altars. Finished the temple. That's what the Feast of Dedication is about. And you're supposed to light your menorah and remember, our ancestors and the great victories we had over our enemies. Celebrate the Feast of Dedication, not Thanksgiving Day coming up next week, man. So this is just a quick in-transit lesson on it. I wanted to speak on it. We're in the last day. Lord's will is edifying. Lord's will I can do maybe a little bit more in-depth lesson, pull some more precepts to read these accounts of great victories that we had, man. It's very encouraging. I encourage you guys to read them on your own. Read the whole book of the first book of Maccabees, man. Read it, man. And if you want to get more specifically into getting to the point of the Feast of Dedication, when that holiday started, first book of Maccabees going into the 4th chapter, man. Just read all the way through it. But I encourage you to read all the way up to the chapter, at least chapter 13, man. Because you can get the accounts of Judas the Maccabees and his brothers, Jonathan and Simon. Read their victories and the accomplishments that they had. There could be a lot of movies made off of that, man. If they want to make some movies, they can make a big time action movie off of Maccabees. So Lord's will, let's identify. I'm going to close out. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our apostles, double honor to our elders, a great millstone, the touch of truth and will well. The citation of the truth and sincerity. Shalom.